Sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to the B-Ball Breakdown live show coming at you on a Saturday today. As always, I'm joined by Andrew Combo Sal to discuss the latest and the greatest in the NBA. Combo, always great to see you. How are you?
Doing well. We just keep getting better and better, just like Knueppel keeps getting better and better. I told you, Coach Nick, at Summer League, Rookie of the Year, and you were skeptical. You were skeptical, Coach Nick. I told you, Klay Thompson with a better layup package. I told you that. I
texted a buddy of mine yesterday or the other 2 days ago saying I just can't believe that there was a moment when I wasn't sold on him. I got to kind of like rack my brain now to figure out exactly what the issue was. I feel like at Duke, he was a shooter. We'd seen plenty of shooters come out of Duke before that didn't do that well in the NBA. So it was like it kind of just felt like, I suppose there was a quickness and mobility question mark there, which has not been an issue with him.
The size, the craft, the IQ. What I like what he's doing in the NBA that he's even doing more than he did at Duke is moving without the basketball right away. Like he got some Steph Curry stuff going on. Like once he passes it, he's moving. He's moving. He's not staying still. And that's the best way to beat a defense often, right? Like when you don't have the basketball, they turn their head a little bit. You're constantly moving. And the way he shoots it, he's just super dangerous on the ball and he's super dangerous off the ball.
Sure. So there's a couple of good, interesting stats. If you go watch the video I posted earlier today, please go see it. It's Khan versus Cooper in that epic showdown that went down on the wire. And it was, like I even said in the video, it's like, if you were going to be a Hollywood screenwriter, no one would believe you if you're going to say that like Knueppel's going to get a steal at the last possession of the game, and then they're going to be running on the court together, and then he's going to shoot a layup, and Cooper's going to foul him, and he's going to get free throws to win the game. Like, no one would even believe you, and that's what happened. But the two stats that were interesting in the video I cited were, or at least one of them was, he's tied, I think, for fourth most in the NBA in terms of miles per game on offense, how much he moves.
Who, Knueppel?
Yeah. So I think Maxey is number one, and that should be like a speed thing. He's so fast, he just kind of covers that much more ground. But he is up there among the league leaders in how much ground he's covering in offense. So that means he's cutting around screens side to side, getting open. Cooper, by the way, Cooper Flag is up there as well. I kind of feel like it may be more related to a transition for Cooper, believe it or not. He gets out more in transition. I feel like there's opportunities to get moving there. And then his gravity, Knueppel's gravity is also really strong. They have that's a new stat that Steph obviously leads by like a mile, and then everyone else is below, but he's up there.
Yeah, and the way he shoots it, when you watch him shoot, this is going to be consistent forever. Like he's going to always be a consistent shooter. Like great energy transfer, very balanced. It looks repeatable. So yeah, man, this guy's going to be great for years to come.
Yeah, the thing about his mechanics is like I'm always watching, the synchronization, like what height of the ball, where's the height of the ball when his knees begin to straighten, and he gets it up a little earlier than a lot of the one motion guys I like to reference. But the saving grace and where he catches up is where his knees don't have to bend that far down to get up into his jump shot, so that he catches up basically with that lesser knee bend, springier jump, if you will. So that really helps him. I feel like he's got mid-range too, and he can put the ball on the floor, which is a whole other level that really helps him because guys are jumping out at him so strongly to prevent on those pick and rolls or on those pin downs that he can snake and get through and get into the lane. And he doesn't get up very high on his finishes. He's not that crafty per se, but he could get it off. He knows how to extend that last step if he needs it and then finger roll. So he's got a good package.
Yeah, he could score on the ball. As I said, he could score off the ball. He could also like screen and go into the short roll and make plays and make floaters and make jump shots. He is really an all-around player, very versatile.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I guess, is it safe to say you might have watched him more at Duke than I did? So, I think the point would be we didn't see this whole rounded-out game from him in Duke, did we, in 1 year?
I thought he'd be Rookie of the Year, Coach Nick, so I don't know what to tell you. I predicted this.
You were. But did you see, was his game that varied at Duke, or he was doing everything like he's doing now?
Well, I think he's moving without the ball even better now. But, yeah, he always had the craft around the rim. Like, he was such a great shooter, so that obviously always translates. But I loved his craft around the rim, which a lot of shooters didn't have in the past. So that was my thing. I thought he was very balanced, and he had nice skills to finish, strong and tall. And, yeah, I thought he'd thrive in the league, man. I thought his ceiling was I thought his floor was very high, very high.
Yeah. Okay, and he went to a great situation where he's going to play right away, no pressure on him at all, to really win. And I got to tell you, like, they're putting together something, right? When you're talking about Brandon Miller and you're talking about LaMelo.
LaMelo looks good when I'm watching him. I like him. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's something to build around now. I feel like they could kind of continue to add pieces and make smart moves, which they hadn't done in a long time. So this is something. This is,
I always like Brandon Miller's game since college. Very high on him. And then LaMelo's thing is like all he has to do is simplify a little bit.
Yeah.
Like he's a really good player. Just simplify a little bit. He's going to be Lonzo or maybe even a little bit better, right? Like, and that's a really good play. Like a healthy Lonzo is an excellent player. So
yeah, although everyone soured on Lonzo in Cleveland all of a sudden, having been really excited about him in the beginning of the year.
Why'd they sour on him? Is it injury related or
he's gone down? I got to actually get my eyeballs into some Cavs footage because they've sort of been struggling and it hasn't been. Remember, they were number one in the East last year.
He's definitely different than Lonzo too. He plays a lot more like flair. But
he does, right. Yeah. So LaMelo could probably cut down a little bit on the flare, right, and get a little bit more efficient with this.
Which I feel like he has been, right? A little bit more, yeah.
But that's what makes him great as well. Like, Steph Curry is the same way, although Steph Curry in his older age has kind of pared down some of the stuff he used to do, probably because he doesn't move as quickly as he did, but he still moves and he's still, running miles around all the young guys. But I do feel like, he's probably like, would Steph Curry throw another behind the back pass, in game 7 of the NBA finals that gets thrown away because he's just playing so loose? Like he wouldn't do that anymore. Would you say?
I agree with that. Yeah. A little more conservative, but still a great player.
Yeah. And then back then you would have been like, listen, you can't limit Curry. You have to let him be him himself. That's what makes him great.
So I don't know if you want to segue so early, but it feels like they have the best chance to land Giannis. And I'm talking about Steph Curry and the Warriors. That's what it's feeling like.
What makes you think that?
I think they have enough draft capital, and then you could move Jimmy there, and then the Bucks could rehab him and get even more assets, and then go total rebuild.
Yeah. Well, we talked to Sam about that, right? And I guess my concern at that day was it was bad visuals. Like you're going to trade Butler after he gets hurt like that. And that I don't know, would they be willing to do that? But it seems like that's taken a little bit of.
Yeah, if you could get Giannis, I mean.
Yeah, and Jimmy I guess Jimmy would understand, and anybody else too. Would the Bucks want to do that? Like, how many firsts is that going to take to make them do that deal? And did you say Kuminga? Are we saying Butler and Kuminga?
Butler and Kuminga, yeah, I would say so. I think, and I told you this, I don't know if on text or on live, I would be knocking on the Spurs door trying to get Dylan Harper, even though the Spurs are out, I'm hearing. But that's the guy that, if the Spurs traded him for Giannis, it wouldn't be an uproar from the fans because you're getting Giannis back. Like the Mavs cannot trade Cooper, right? Like it would just be totally bad optics. Dylan Harper's at a spot where he's still got a crazy high ceiling, but the stats aren't eye-popping enough where like the fans would go crazy if you trade him. And plus they got other dynamic guard play on top of that. Yeah. And then for the Bucks, that's like a guy that could be a future All-NBA player,
Absolutely. I agree. Yeah. I mean, I'm as high as you can be on Dylan Harper. I mean, there's still issues with this game that he needs to develop, like a 3-point shot. But some of those guys, like the lefties, a lot of times, oftentimes still don't even need that 3-point shot. I kind of think of guys like Lamar Odom, everyone knew he was going left, and he would still go left. He would still Like Combo, yeah. Those lefties, those crafty lefties, figure it out no matter what, and they don't necessarily need that gravity of the 3-point shot. Even though I expect him to figure that out.
Right. If you're crafty and you're lefty, it's unique for the defense, right? So it's even making you more unstoppable if you have that craft, for sure.
Yeah, and you're not used to seeing lefties and whatever, but come on. After a year or two, like with Odom, for instance, everybody knew he was going left, and he still could do it.
Yeah, it's muscle memory to guard righties, muscle memory.
But when that you should be able to adjust on that eventually, and they couldn't, and it was weird.
Well, if you are guarding right-hand players 90% of the time, I mean, your body just doesn't automatically get used to a lefty. You got to think about it to do it, and that split second while you're thinking, it's over.
Yeah. Well, let's get to our first super chat. Don't forget, if you want to have your question answered, the best way to do that, and it really helps us keep the show alive and going, is the super chat on YouTube. And this is from Jabes75 from Canada. Thank you so much, Jabes. If you were Sam Presti, what would you do with all those draft assets? What would you add before the deadline? So there is talk about Hartenstein being traded. Have you seen that?
For who?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things they could do. to bring somebody else in, maybe get some cap relief because Hartenstein had signed an extension, so did Caruso, and they're going to be in a problem as soon as you know what? Correct me if I'm wrong. It's something like Chet and J-Dub's contracts. So I think those are going to kick in, or they're going to have to extend them or whatever, and then Caruso and Hartenstein go bye-bye, right? But that's okay because we said that they'll just replace them with Case and Wallace, or Case and Wallace gets more, Isaiah Chill gets more run, the other Jalen Williams get more run, and then they won't miss too much of a beat. So then the question is, okay, well, who would want Hartenstein? Like they're going to trade him, and
Jalen Williams been struggling, right?
Yeah, well, he hasn't been playing recently again, injury wise. So I think that his hand hasn't really healed. He hasn't been able to figure it out. Yeah. But don't you think we've seen enough from J-Dub to know that it just is
he's a good player for sure.
I think, right?
Yeah, he's good. I mean, he dropped 40 in the finals. I mean, what more do you want with a broken hand?
Mm-hmm. Right. So I think it's a matter of just like getting healthy and getting right with him.
Is he? Do you think he's okay? If you had one player for the rest of their career, you take Jalen Williams or Dylan Harper?
Ooh, wow. I don't know. I mean, I really like Dylan Harper, but I think I need more. I need more data on Dylan Harper before I can make that. Otherwise, I have to go with J-Dub.
So you would just go if you just had your NBA franchise, you take J-Dub right now.
I think you'd have to take him over Dylan Harper for right now, but I do sense that Dylan Harper could definitely.
Yeah, he could be that like Dylan Harper could be that guy. I don't want to call it heliocentric, but he could be that guy that like handles it a little bit more than Jalen Williams. Like creates for everybody else. Really be like your 1A star. There's potential for that.
But I don't know. I'm trying to rack my brain right now. I don't know if I've seen that much. Obviously, in the pros, he hasn't had that role at all, right? There's too many other guards.
Well, he doesn't have that role because he doesn't have that role because it wasn't given to him.
Yeah, he's finishing mostly. I don't see him saying that people.
Yeah, I mean, like I think it could be like a Harden situation where he goes somewhere else and yeah.
Well, I was just talking to my son about that because he had missed the whole Harden thing when OKC traded him. I'm like, imagine that. Imagine the team that they had, and if they had just kept it together. Maybe, I don't even know. Maybe it was a Kevin Martin came up too because remember they had to bring him in at some point to replace Harden and did that. It worked out okay, but they never really solved it right once they traded Harden to Houston. And so it's like if they just would have, and maybe it was because Harden wasn't going to allow it. He's just like, I want a bigger role. I want out of here, whatever. And that's all part of the dynamic too. It was fractured, I think, in the locker room between Russ and all those people. But
I think I heard Walt Frazier say, I might be wrong. I was like watching this game. He was like, Russell Westbrook's the most complete player outside of Oscar Robertson.
He's wrong.
I was like,
what?
I was like LeBron James. Like what? Like what are we talking about?
If you're talking about a complete player, and you're looking at Russ, who doesn't have a 3-point shot, doesn't have.
So I think what Walt did was just like go, okay, complete means triple double. Like I think that's
I don't know.
Yeah.
Walt,
he said something like most versatile, most complete. I was like.
Yeah, he did a lot of drugs in the 70s. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Sorry, Walt. I love you. He's been on the show. We love Clyde, and he's the best. But I don't know why.
Good. He is good at his job.
By the way, did you see Udonis Haslem put some shade on Cooper Flagg's defense, saying that Edgecombe is the real two-way guy, and that Knueppel and Cooper Flagg are not two-way.
I mean, look, VJ Edgecombe's great, but what is that? What's like? They're both great, first of all, but Cooper is a great defender.
Great defender. He covers for his guys. He blocks shots out of nowhere.
Yeah, he changes the rim.
Yeah, and we have to talk about Cooper.
He's kind of like is like Chet in the way that like they just before the offense they had that knack to change shots and block shots like way before the offense,
Yeah, right. Now James asked the question, and I don't think we really answered it.
Oh, let's go. Yeah, go ahead, Coach.
Who would you add before the deadline? Like, what would they need? I mean, if J-Dub isn't going to figure it out, like they need kind of another scorer, right? I mean, by the way, even more impressive, I guess, that SGA is kind of carrying this team as much as he's doing. So
I just had Drew Smith on from the Miami Heat on my show. He said SGA is the hardest guy to guard in the NBA.
He is right. He's a top 5 scorer of all time, like scorer, like the ability.
Whoa,
that's why they have to follow him.
Whoa, Coach Nick.
Top 10.
I could name 5 guys
in terms of like scorer, difficult to guard. So we got Michael Jordan's number 1.
Wilt, average 50.
Yeah, all right. Because
Larry Bird
separate the positions.
Larry Bird, KD, Steph Curry. Larry Bird, KD, Steph Curry.
Okay, all right. So he's 5th.
Yeah, and then James Harden's prime.
Yeah, all right. He's 6th.
I mean, I think we're missing a lot of guys probably. They're probably going to kill us in the comments.
I don't know. He's up there. He's up there, and he'll be up there.
Top 5 is crazy though. But
when all is said and done, he'll be up there pretty high.
And how do you feel about those who feel that the modern NBA, the numbers are juiced? So to compare them like to even Harden, a few, or like a Jordan
per game, for sure, yeah.
like 88 Jordans, whatever it was, 37 a game, like.
Yeah,
that's like what, like 45 now, some people would say, right?
Probably. But, you know, and then remember in the 70s, there was also a very high pace as well. So, like, are those inflated? No one ever brought that up back then. So
nobody even like respects that era before the Bird and Magic. Like,
it's insane. Yeah. I just watched something or other from that era. I'm like, these guys were great. And there were some serious athletes out there. I mean, like, yes.
There were some serious.
Yeah. I mean, there were some
how good
now, too.
Dr. J kind of gets like lost to everything. How good was he, you think?
Dr. J was like a guy, like what would he be like now? I mean, he would just dunk on people. Like
he was like a Dominique Wilkins. There is no guy for him now, right?
He was probably like a smaller Giannis. Like he had that much pressure on the defense when he'd bring the ball up. Like in transition, he was like Giannis. Like you had to bring another guy, or he was dunking on you, like over you.
And he had more bounce than Giannis. He had more bounce than Giannis.
What?
He had more bounce than Giannis.
Yeah, he absolutely did, pound for pound. And then, you know, he got hurt in college, I think, and like, you know, back then, modern
science. He went to UMass, right?
Yeah. And by the way, he was not allowed to dunk at UMass for his 3 years as far as varsity play. They didn't play as freshmen. And so picture that they outlawed the dunk for that 10 years.
But that was because of Kareem, right? They outlawed the dunk. Yeah.
In fact, I'm thinking I'm going to do a documentary on that where for 10 years, starting in '67, when Kareem had gotten there, you know, he was dunking on all these people, and they're like, whoa, we can't have that.
But that created the skyhook.
If you read his book, which I've read several times, his autobiography, he'll tell you that he did the first one in high school.
Is it a good autobiography? I'll read it. Is it good?
9 Steps is one of the all-time greats. You got to read it. I used to read it like every few
I'll read
years.
it next. Yeah. I'm reading Robert Greene's Mastery now, which is a great book.
Okay. No, you got to read. You definitely read 9 Steps. It's amazing. I mean, it's a terrific book. Yeah, you'd love it for sure. Okay. And he's good. He's a really good writer, and I have no doubt he wrote it. Like he contributed, you know, greatly.
Do you like Robert Greene?
I don't know Robert Greene.
48 Laws of Power.
Don't know him.
Are you serious?
48 Laws of Power.
48 Laws of Power.
No.
You never heard of that book?
No. Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm like relatively aware of.
He has a book, 33 Strategies of War, The Art of Seduction.
Has he written a book about what the OKC Thunder are going to do at the trade deadline?
So I'm off topic. All right, go ahead.
That would be nice. So anyway, I don't know. What would they do? What would they add? You know, because in my mind, like with the other Jalen Williams, like they've got a good backup to Chet. Now, like Chet is an interesting character because, you know, he seems to still struggle, and there are times like down the stretch he can disappear, and they lose that extra advantage they have when he's out there. And it could be like a thing where they're you know, where he gets hurt a little bit, you know, too much. Although I think he's been pretty resilient in the last couple of years for the most part. So it's like, you know, what would you need? Do they need some shooting? Maybe, I don't know.
Movement. Like a movement shooter, like a Laurie Marketing or MPJ.
Yeah, I mean, could they even? I mean, geez. Well, I'm just kind of curious. Where are they right now? They're ranked in the middle of the pack in 3-point percentage. They don't take and they're in the middle of the pack in terms of taking them.
Well, I mean, their best players aren't great 3-point shooters, right? Like SJ is pretty good. Chet's okay sometimes.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's one thing you try and maybe shore up is some version of shooting. I mean, listen, let me check that Isaiah Joe is shooting well this year. So, Isaiah's at 40%, and that's pretty good. And Shai Gilgeous is at 39%, but, you know, they don't take a ton.
He got better. SGA got better.
38%. So he's, you know, well within where they need him to be. But, you know, you have to worry, like, if you're trying to cover all your bases and you get into a shootout in a playoff series, right, and they're hitting a lot more threes than you are, then that could be a problem that they need to figure out. But I don't know. When they're getting to play defense, it's as overwhelming as anybody short of maybe Detroit. I think that maybe the Pistons have a better defense, believe it. And they're both pretty
I like the way the Pistons play better.
You do?
And Pistons don't have great 3-point shooting either. Duncan Robinson's their only shooter.
Let's see. Detroit ranks, they're let's see. In terms of frequency, they're way down.
So that's crazy, right? Coach Nick, think about it.
Yeah, they are 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 23. What?
Coach Nick, think about this. Everybody talks about like Steph Curry changed the game. It's all about 3-pointers. Like the two best teams in the league from the East and the West don't shoot it well from three.
It could be a real problem.
No, but what I'm saying is despite the 3-point shooting, everybody's saying this is a 3-point era. You know, there's different ways to be a winner, right?
Yes, there are, and there could be. But I get, again, like I said, were you hearing that?
Wait, did you just go to the default?
No.
Like your mind was somewhere else. There are, and there could be.
Were you not hearing my phone ringing?
I was hearing your phone ringing, but I'm just saying, to stay on topic is that you don't need to be a great 3-point shooting to be great, I guess, right? In the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, I just worry if you're going to try and win 4 series, someone's going to get hot against you, and if you can't keep up, you're going to get kicked out of the playoffs. Seriously.
Well, yeah, I mean, yes, but you could talk about that with every facet of basketball. Like if your defense is not good enough, if your defense is not top 10, you're not going to win 4 series either, right?
Yeah. But 3-point shooting is a bit of an anomaly there, where a team can't get hot, like the 2011 Mavericks, right? They got hot from 3,
and you're saying it's just an
advantage, and that gave they were able to be a lower rated team and beat everybody.
Well, was OKC great last year when they won? Probably not, right? Great 3-point shooting team.
If there's a way to find that out.
Yeah.
Let's look, because you know what? That's a great question that I thought I had at the tip of my tongue, and I don't have it. So let me look. Last year, in terms of percentage, the Thunder were still loading. Wow, the stats site is slow,
and you're a little blurry.
Oh no, I went back to being blurry. Was I not blurry earlier?
Yeah.
All right. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They were 6th in the league in 3-point percentage.
That's not bad.
Yeah, but again, they probably didn't take. And they're middle of the pack in terms of frequency. So they were taking, average amount, and they were shooting them well. So that was the thing. That wasn't the thing that they weren't going to get like blitzed by that. So that's the thing that they don't have as well this year. So, I suppose if you want to look at that now, like how would they even get Lowry Markkanen? Like, right? Like, I mean, all those picks would be part of it. They have to give up a player. Who are they going to give up? J-Dub? Chet?
Nah, you don't give. You just won the championship this past year. Nah.
You do with Chet?
No, I don't know.
Any of those guys?
Nah.
Okay. Wouldn't
draft cap? I mean, they have a bunch of draft capital, by the way.
Okay, so I don't know if we've answered James' question, but I think we're going to have to, he's information there. You can parse.
So James is from Canada. I'm feeling like OKC might be Canada's team now, right? Because of SGA.
Sure.
Yeah,
it's interesting. I bet probably.
Yeah.
Let's go to our next super chat from Braun. Awesome to see you, Braun. Thank you so much. Another Canadian out there. Canadians are the nicest people, pretty much, that I've ever met. Maybe Australians. Do you feel that way?
Who are the nicest people? I lived in Denmark. They were pretty nice, but they were short. They're not the best conversationalists.
Interesting. Okay.
Maybe I should there's probably people who listen to Combos Court from Denmark, and I'm like over here saying they're not the best conversations. Like, but I got to be more, what's the word? Diplomatic? What's the word?
Sure, yeah. Well, if you watched Ted Lasso, one of the players is from, I think, the Netherlands, and he's so blunt, and it's like mean, but like they were like, no, that's just because he's from there, and like, oh, okay, no problem. It's really, but Australians and Canadians. So
where's Steven Adams from Australia, right?
I want to say New Zealand. So
New Zealand. Okay, go ahead though. Here's the question for you, Coach.
Here's the question. Ron is asking, whose shot releases prettier, Con or Darren Peterson's? Now, Darren Peterson just popped up in my brain for the first time recently. I haven't studied the shot. Have you?
Like the shot doesn't come to mind when I think of him, but like the pace he plays with is very pro. Like he's going to be ready right away. When I got to watch him play a little bit, like the pace, he's tough, man. He's tough.
I meant to watch that clip. I haven't seen it, but if you're not really in the NBA, I don't know.
I think it's AJ versus Darren Peterson tonight. I don't know what time or if it happened already.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Let me go check that for you.
Kansas, what does he play for?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we'll have to check it out. I mean, this is the time I start to dip my toe into a little bit of college because I want to see what's going on there. But okay. Well,
Darren Peterson had 18 points. They beat BYU.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So do we finish that though? Okay. By the way, so we talked about Khan's, is there anything else we can add to Khan's jump shot? The thing is he shoots really well from catch and shoot and off the dribble, which is interesting. And by the way, the other thing I forgot to mention, I said in the video was Cooper Flagg shoots much better for off the dribble than he does on the catch and shoot.
Cooper Flagg shoots way better off the dribble, you think?
From three. I know. That's what the stats say. Interesting, right?
Yeah, interesting.
So I think that one of the answers could very well be the catch and shoots are really contested. He's not really getting great looks at those. I'm assuming,
and also he doesn't shoot a lot of them. I feel like he has the ball more, right?
He shoots like a 1.8 maybe catch and shoot per game, and then he shoots like maybe 3.5 off the dribble, and he's shooting like it's not great either way, but it's
his shot needs work. Like just the way he shoots it. Yeah,
it's kind of like to the side a little bit, and it's like a little the rhythm. And again, it wouldn't be that hard to change the alignment a little bit, work on the. By the way, if he would dip off the dribble, like my little secret, that I tried to show you, I'm telling you, he would. It would open up everything. Also, when he hops, it's better, and so he just needs to groove that more than the 1-2.
Yeah. Are we off that? Are we still on the Darren Peterson con? Because we got some news, right? About Paul George.
Oh yeah. Well, let's get to that. Let's now talk about that then. Let's talk a little bit about Paul George.
What's there to talk about? Like, what is he on? Like, I don't know. He's just out for 25 games because.
Yeah. Well, here's what's interesting. I want to do some research because, like, for instance, you can't do steroids, right? That's a big no-no. That gives you a fine. There's certain drugs you can't take. I don't think weed is an issue anymore. Do you know? Like, I'm pretty sure they kind of look the other way. Right?
I don't think you get 25 games for weed. I don't even think they test anymore. Right.
So I think that's okay. Let's put that away. Now you saw what his press release said, right?
Oh, that it was probably something he didn't know about. I'm sure. Right.
No. He discussed mental health issues that he's been open about and trying to deal with, and somehow he made some sort of mistake related to that was supposed to maybe help him. I'm thinking was it mushrooms, or did he microdose or something like that? And then it came up in a drug test. I can't.
But why would you get? First of all, I mean, I've never tried mushrooms, but why would you get 25 games for shrooms?
I have to imagine that there are a set list of things that you're not allowed to take. They probably think it's because it's performance enhancing.
What are your thoughts on just making everything legal not in terms of legal and just in terms of they don't test it in sports?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about steroids. This interesting conversation is like if I have asthma, then I take steroids to help my asthma. What would I know there must be people in the NBA that have asthma.
No, that's what happens. But that's a different kind of steroid. I think the steroid that helps asthma is not performance enhancing in terms of musculature and and like what the bodybuilders take and stuff. I think it's different.
So that might sound right to me. I guess we'll have to do some more research into that. Yeah. But your question basically is let them just do whatever they want. If they want to take steroids and enhance themselves, they should be able to do that, right?
I didn't say that's what should happen. I'm asking you what would happen if they did that. Would that be so terrible? That's my question to you.
I mean, you end up every record would be broken. You know what I mean, and whatever. And that. Okay.
You don't think there's people juicing now that aren't getting records?
Like
finding a way.
Well, I choose to believe that it's enough of a fear so that it's not like completely rampant. But we know who was doing it for a lot of years, right?
Who? I don't know. Tell me.
We know who's doing steroids, and I don't want to listen. I'm not supposed to deal in innuendo and rumor and facts, whatever. But you want to talk about facts? We just talk about facts. There was a player in the NBA that after they were done playing in the playoffs one year, within 3 weeks of the season being ended, they had a picture of him that looked like he was a World War II survivor, and the reason was that they supposedly had gone off carbs. Okay, and I'm like, my eye. If you're listening to this, my eyes are rolling so loudly you'll be able to hear the sound of my eyes rolling. Comes back the next year and it has no explosion, no strength, he plays terrible, and then disappears for 2 weeks in the middle of the season.
All right, but my thing is though, this player
comes back like Superman.
Okay, this is my thing though. So you think that player is naturally just not that athletic if he doesn't do that?
I don't know. I do think that that you're right. There's an enhancement there, and yes, maybe that there was something that it gave them an extra.
So you don't think he would be that player?
I don't know. I mean, good point. And certainly when he was younger, when he wasn't doing it, he was overwhelming. And so, Yeah, but like, injuries happen. He can't quite get back to how he feels 100%. He needs a little extra boost here and there. And again, I'm not even sure I'm willing to even to criticize that, because I know there's been moments in my life where I've been like, yeah, just let him do it. If you
really?
want to die early, then that's your prerogative. That will most likely happen if you're doing steroids like that. You will die an early death.
Are you sure about that?
Well, we can't ask Walter Payton. We can't ask all these other guys that have died early who are pro athletes.
Well, do we know that they weren't doing other stuff and their lifestyle?
I think that there's.
I don't know. Like, I'm not an expert on this. I'm just asking the questions.
Well, I read about the notion of why, like for instance, why don't they let you do that? Now, there's a cheating notion of this where
that's why
you do more of it, whatever. But no, the other part of that is that it is detrimental to your health ultimately.
So you think these big organizations care about people's health, or they care about the bottom line more?
I mean, I would like to think there's a shred of decent human compassion and decency. Like we got to make sure these people live healthy lives after they're done.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's more that the cheating aspect of it, I'm sure.
Yeah. I don't know personally. Like, I don't have the numbers, but like, if you did PEDs in the right way, does that shorten your lifespan more than drinking a lot?
Oh, that's alcohol. Right, alcohol's a really bad one, and
that's legal. So I guess the thing is it's not really performance enhancing. So I guess the bigger thing is just that it's performance enhancing. The other stuff, Yeah.
But make no mistake that you're most likely going to shorten your life.
So the dude Brian Johnson, I'm sure you know who that is, right?
You mean Brian?
He's trying to become immortal.
Oh, I don't know, but okay.
Anyway, they did a Netflix documentary. Anyway, so the thing he does in Mexico that he thinks is going to help him live longer also makes him stronger. Like it adds muscle. I don't know exactly what it is, but that means it's also PED, and in his mind, allowing him to live longer.
Right.
So,
and by the way, that might end up. It's 20 years from now. Yeah, they might end up having the fountain of youth, whatever that is, right?
Yeah.
And, listen, they have it now. Like if you want to lose a lot of weight, you can just take an injection right now.
It's crazy, but I don't believe. Like they say, it's not bad for you, but then again, it's like you lose muscle mass on that stuff too.
Yeah,
right?
well, you can, but then you have to replace it. You have to do some exercising, right? Yeah. Anything, but like some of the results have been amazing. Like people who have diabetes, like get rid of diabetes, right? It's nothing that's ever worked their entire lives, and all of a sudden this shot has done it. So it's a trade-off, like you said. Like maybe ultimately it's going to be a problem down the line, or it's going to limit a lot of the other issues that you're currently having, because it's not healthy to be overweight. And so that's the balance. It's kind of like with vaccines, right? We have vaccines, and those have been a wild success, and people have lived way longer than we ever had before, because of them. And that's the bottom line. So, that's where we're at. So I suspect at some point you're probably going to have to figure out as these things develop even more. Maybe they're undetectable at some point, right? And now what are you supposed to do?
I'm sure that, there's ways to mask everything.
Right. Because you're going to say, like with baseball, for instance, what would steroids do? It's like the strength isn't really the thing, but the steroids helped your eyesight, and it made your quick twitch better. So
your quick twitch for sure. Yeah. But I don't know about the
eyesight improves. Like, so imagine trying to hit a ball, and now you can really see it better. And that's what the very
I did not know that there's a PED that enhances your eyesight. I didn't know that.
That was another offshoot, apparently. That's what I read the studies. So you have to be, when you're that, and that's another reason why, like, again, there are a lot of built-in.
Improved eyesight sounds like a good side effect to me.
Yeah, right. Listen, but I guess you're right. There's a difference between certain like the Balcor PEDs they're using for athletes versus breathing better with asthma. 100%. But I have a feeling that if you got tested for it, you'd probably get have a problem, and then you have to either figure that out somehow and press. But let's get back to the Paul George thing, because again, it's interesting to figure out, because I have a feeling any kind of SSRIs that will help you in your mental state in terms of taking pills, those would have to be okay. I can't believe those would be banned from the NBA. So I just don't know what it is, but it's interesting. And if I can find it real quick, it's Sham's response. I bet you can find it real quick. Let me just read to you here what Paul George said. He goes, "Over the past few years, I've discussed the importance of mental health." This is Paul George's words. "And in the course of recently seeking treatment for an issue of my own, of mental health, I made the mistake of taking an improper medication. So I take full responsibility for my actions and apologize to the Sixers organization, my teammates, and the Philly fans for my poor decision making during the process. And then I'm focused on using this time to make sure that my mind and body are in the best condition to help the team when I return. So I just don't. It's an interesting. It's hard.
I guess it's like a good way to nip this in the. That's pretty good PR, right? It's a good way to nip it in the butt.
Yeah, I mean, that's always the suggestion is when that happens, get out in front of it, and
I mean, like, what's there more to say? What's there more to say now? I guess people are going to just want to know what the drug was, and that's about it.
Yeah, and we're a-holes for like questioning that and wanting to find out and digging into his personal business, and that's a part of it too.
Well, as an athlete, I mean,
you're a public,
you're a public figure. Like, it's part of the deal, Yeah,
it absolutely is. And I imagine we'll get a little bit more information. Like someone will have Baxter Holmes will have a big piece about it, and we'll hear about it.
Pablo Torre finds out.
Pablo Torre, yeah, somebody will. And you know what? Listen, there's a privacy issue there as well. If you're a patient of someone's and stuff.
That's not my style of journalism, but I guess shouts to them. Like digging into people.
Oh, have you been enthralled by the whole Clippers saga?
Yeah, it's cool, but it's like it's also something I would not find something I would want to do. Like, I don't know. Like just digging in, like leading to something that could get somebody else in trouble. Like, I don't know. That's not my thing,
Well, if they're cheating, you're just talking about, the performance enhancing drugs. Maybe, the Clippers were cheating. They
probably, I mean, they basically are cheating. Like they did, right? Basically, it's confirmed already.
I mean, by the way, you know why the Clippers are the hottest team in the NBA right now, right? This is because Kawhi.
Well, because Kawhi is averaging 30 on 50, 40, 90.
Yeah, he's trying. This is his way of distracting everybody from the from whatever is going on.
Oh, okay.
Like,
it's crazy. The Clippers aren't getting much buzz though.
I know. They should be, and I try, but people didn't want to watch that video I did already on him. But he's looking like himself. Getting those
people still want to talk about the LeBron. Still, it's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, do we already talk about Giannis and where he might go?
Yeah, we said the Warriors. I mean, I guess the Knicks. I don't think people around the Knicks want to see it anymore because they just won 5 games in a row now, and then Giannis also has a calf strain. So I think the Knicks aren't too high on it. And then I also think if the only realistic way to do it would be OG out in a 3-team deal, basically.
OG and Cat go away.
I don't know who else, but probably OG would be the piece that championship teams would want, right? And then it would be 3-team deal where the Bucks get the capital, right? And it's kind of like a revolving door.
I would sense the Knicks wouldn't mind, parting with Cat. I think that the emotional turbulence is probably.
I don't think the championship contenders really want Cat. They want OG probably, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
By the way, OG is not even the same OG anymore. He's not that defender like he used to be.
Really?
Yeah, that's from what I'm seeing. And
offensively, he's still pretty good too, actually.
Yeah, I mean, he's good, and and he can hit threes, and he can, he can play defense, and maybe it's just the fit where he's in right now. But going through some of that footage, I'm like, OG, like that's the mistake you shouldn't be making. Bridges not great, not perfect either. So it's weird that weird thing where you have Cat and Brunson out there, but if you put Hart and those two guys, it should still be pretty stout, and it wasn't, and. I guess the argument could be like they're covering so much for those two guys that they're out of position and they're.
Brunson statistically is one of the worst defenders in the league.
Who is
Brunson?
Oh, right. And again, you have to be so careful about individual defensive stats. It's just noise, really. But the eye test will tell you, that Brunson's a part of the problem for sure. Now, here's the other thing: is if Brunson,
a big YouTube channel just came out with Luka Doncic, you probably know which one I'm talking about. Luka Doncic is not that bad defensively. So you think those stats are noisy?
That video.
What?
Can you give me the initials of the channel?
JH.
Oh, we don't mind Jimmy High Roller.
Yeah, Jimmy High Roller. Yeah.
Yeah. One day, hope to meet him.
Did you meet him?
No. Does anybody know who he is?
He's a mystery guy. Yeah, I think I saw him shooting around once. I think he used to hoop. Really? Like on a video. Yeah, I saw it somewhere on a video.
Didn't he wasn't he a track in college? Didn't he run track or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, what? Jimmy High Roller is one guy who I would like to say hello to meet. I don't know why.
Oh, why? Because of the mystique.
Yeah, it's like, who is that guy? But
it's good video. It's good videos though, right?
His videos are pretty good. Yeah, his videos are good. Yeah.
So anyway, he had one recently where it's like Luka Doncic actually isn't bad defensively, kind of thing going on,
Yeah, I mean, listen, I dipped my toe in that with remember, I don't know if you remember, but with Steph, 2015. I'm like, he's really a good defender.
Who are like, I don't know. I don't know if this is interesting content. Who do you feel like the top like 5 people in your space?
In terms of what I do?
Yeah, like it's probably like you and Ben and Jimmy, right? And probably Mike Korzemba.
Korzemba's not around anymore, is he?
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
He's not. He doesn't really do this. There's not that many people do the X's and O's that much,
Yeah, I see what
Why are
you're
we
saying.
going to tell everybody else, the other channels to go watch? I don't want them to do that.
The way YouTube works, it doesn't work like that. It works with discoverability and subscribers. It doesn't work by.
All right, fine. AM Hoops is, does a lot.
Yeah. They're good. Yeah.
I don't watch them because I don't want to be influenced. I just want to,
Okay. You're influenced by combo every day.
That's right. You're the guy I'm willing to be influenced by. Just none of your friends, whoever they are.
Why? What's going on? This is a recurring thing.
I don't know, man. I don't know who you're hanging out with and who you associate with. So I got to be careful.
No, but you keep saying this. Like, is there somebody I'm associating with that's I don't know, because you brought this up like 5 times already.
Yeah, I know. I do. Would you say I know you well?
Yes.
Okay,
I
so
would.
I know you well, but I still don't have a feeling on who you hang out with, who you associate with. So that's why.
I'm with Baby Combo a lot. My son. That's really who I associate.
Right. Where did he go?
Oh, he left. Yeah. He's playing a lot of basketball though, which is good. But that's besides the point. Go ahead.
I hear it. Yeah. Oh, I've been watching a lot of high school basketball, by the way. And I gotta tell you, I went to the kid. My son's team was playing against this kid who. Let me just say this: there's an old saying in basketball, maybe you've heard, and that saying is, anybody can score in the first half. You ever hear that saying?
Yeah.
It's a good one to say when someone gets kind of hot and they're trying to talk all manner of mess and they're like hitting these shots and it's like the first quarter, and you're like, okay, all right, yeah. So anyway, he must have hit 4 sidestep to his right. Is a righty 3. So those are the hard ones, right? Like the Kyrie in Game 7 shots, and heavily contested, just nailed them. Really kind of, I don't mean to lie to anybody. I have no one to know who he is, but this kid is just like really awkward looking, whatever. But like he was hitting him. He was awkward going to the basket with like these herky jerky, like, when on the way during your 1-2, you kind of do a shot fake in the middle of that. And high school, that throws people way off. And he was all everywhere. So he must have had, I don't know, 20 points in the, in the first 10 minutes of the game. And they were like playing well. And he was talking all manner of mess. And then it was great to see that my son's team went on like a 50-18 run to close the game.
Wow.
It might have been more. It might have been 58 they won.
They play watching high school now. It just looks so out of control. The ones I saw.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm actually working with an elite high school team right now. I've been there the last 3 days.
Well, if they're elite and they're like high Division I players, then it's probably better pace,
Oh, I mean, it's been, first of all, the kids are the nicest kids I've ever been around. I don't know if it's like a Catholic school and they're just trained to be really nice, but I just want to give them a shout out. I'm not going to say who because we're planning something really special for the game on Monday. They're going to surprise on the team. And I'll let you know after that because I don't want anyone to know what we're doing. But it's been great to be there for a few days and help them. But watching them go at each other, man, like it's almost unfair. When they must have, I don't know, 2 or 3 of the top 150 players in the country. And when they're practicing against each other, they're all just getting better because of that. Where there's a lot of programs, right, out there that they can't push each other like that. Like the top 4 are really good, and it drops, and then you can't make a good run.
Montverde was Cade, Scotty Barnes, and Ben Simmons, or Ben Simmons was before them. But Ben Simmons was before them. They had one other guy there. They had somebody else there too.
Yeah. And now you'll have that around, and maybe they don't always pan out to be where they ended up being, but like they're just as dominant in high school.
Right.
And you're seeing that, the private school situation in LA, is like that, where they've all decided to become big basketball programs, and they've rated, all the whole area by offering like scholarships and whatever to get the kids to go there. And with NIL kind of trickling down, they're getting regular money too. It's like
so high school kids are being paid by NIL now.
Yeah. So this program had a guy who was like number 1 rated in the country, and he was making some money.
Good for him, man.
Great,
Yeah, good for him.
We have another super chat. Let's get to this real quick. A pimp named Slickback. Wow, we haven't seen this character. I don't know if you remember this person.
Definitely.
This is a wave throwback, bro. It's been a while. Great to see you, Coach. What's your thoughts on my guy Igor Demin? Who's Igor Demin? Shit.
Nets, BYU.
Oh,
6'8" point guard who they thought couldn't shoot coming into the league, but he's been shooting.
I just was watching him because I did the Celtics Nets game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he really 6'8"? I didn't even think I realized that.
Yeah, he's 6'8", and he could make every pass in the book.
Yeah.
You know, and he's smart, and he's knocking down shots.
Yeah. So maybe he needs a video.
Yeah. I don't know how a Nets video would do. What do you think?
I know. It's rough. Everything is rough out there right now, man. Everyone wants to watch things about the NFL.
Everybody, I don't know. Is our producer cap content good for these live shows? I don't know. Like, let's figure. I don't know.
Yeah, right. I don't know. Hey, we monitor the comments.
Yeah.
Someone asked, by the way, will Khan ever achieve as much as Korn? Korn, Korn. Who's that?
Oh, it's a band. Got you.
Is that what they're thinking about? Korn, the band? I think that's like, really? Okay. I guess. I mean, Korn was what the hottest in 90s, thrash metal, whatever they were.
Okay, here's a good question. What's Khan's ceiling?
Okay. I mean, okay, back in the day, Khan would be Kyle Korver.
What?
That's what his role would have been limited to.
No.
But now, this is what's exciting about it, right? Maybe like, Klay Thompson. Is it Klay?
Klay Thompson with a better layup package. I've been saying that.
Yeah. Because Klay wasn't really allowed to dribble much either in the back.
This guy could play on the ball better than those guys. You know.
Right. Yeah. No, you're right. And so he can balance it out by running pick and rolls. I mean, really, it's impressive. And he also spots up and can attack downhill. So Klay was probably what you end up saying, something like that, right? But you're right, with a better handle. And not as good defense.
I mean, and Klay has the argument to be the second best shooter of all time, too. So you think Khan could become that type of shooter?
I mean, he's already made more. I mean, the only thing with when you say he made more than threes than Steph is that Steph wasn't unleashed for a little while. Right. And if he had been like that, oh my God, can you imagine that if Steph really was unleashed and and he wasn't hurt? But he is certainly on pace to break, Steph's. Well, I mean, that's the question. Is we got to see as Steph ramped up, and we got to see how that pace plays out. But even still, Khan could go down as one of the great shooters of all time without question, and especially if we're going to talk about volume of threes.
So his ceiling is what? All NBA first team, MVP? What do you think?
I bet you all NBA. I bet you all star, all NBA. He could probably do like a, get in there. It's tough. Okay, so is he a forward? Well, they don't even do that in all NBA anymore, right? It's just the top five.
Yeah,
that's good.
He's like if you had to give him a position, I mean, I think he's kind of positionless. As I said, he's playing in the short role even sometimes. But I say 2-3.
Yeah, I mean, he'd be considered like in the SGA position or something like that, maybe. So then you got to battle with SGA and like.
By the way, at the same age, he's better than SGA.
Okay, interesting. He's already. I mean, he's probably. Well, remember, SGA was on a really good team. How good was that?
Well, he did. Well, first of all, he did more than 1 year at Kentucky, right? SGA or no? He did more.
Ooh, did he do? That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Huh. But either way, I mean, I don't think. I mean, he's not as good as SGA. Well, okay. He's as good as SGA because we knew. Like, I remember going to those Clippers games and seeing him going, "This guy's going to be good." He was really polished, really early. In that same way at Khan is really polished, right? And he's got, there's no weakness in his handle like that I can see. And
he might be even stronger than SGA.
He might be stronger than SGA. Yeah, he's certainly like, bigger. Yeah. And it's just interesting. His slow speed doesn't really, Luka doesn't bother him. It's like he's that same way where he can kind of get that advantage and he won't give it up on that. He gets that line on you and you cannot get back in front.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, so that's it. So, yeah, I got to get my eyes on do some more Igor Demon. It's just tough. The Nets are a little bit of a hard watch, I got to tell you. And, in fact, that ending of the game with the Celtics, I did the breakdown, was epic, but it was also like, these are some mistakes is the problem. I don't know. I mean, I kind of lit up Coach Mazzulla a little bit too because, But, listen, let me explain this. You're down 3. It's the last possession. Why would you have a non-3-point shooter on the floor? So
didn't Jordy make some mistakes too at the end of that game? Or was that a different game?
Which Jordan?
Jordy Fernandez.
Oh, Fernandez. Yeah. Well, the players did.
Okay.
No, I remember. It wasn't necessarily because, the Mazzulla got a lot of props for like this big adjustment where he sent in a shooter. But I'm like, that's just a mistake that he corrected, because he had the wrong guy in there from the beginning. Like, this is weird. He had a complete non-shooter in. I forgot who it was now in the Celtics, but and then he puts the guy in, he hits the game tying 3, they go in overtime and they win. It was like, well, that should never been out there in the first place. So, but nobody liked to watch that video either. That was weird, but anyway, maybe it was a day late. At any rate, well, I think that this is good. I think we covered a lot of good bases here on a Saturday evening.
Sounds great. Unique time for us. Maybe I'll see you Monday. Yeah, I'll see you at All Star.
Yes, we'll get back at it. We'll figure all that stuff out. And until then, have a great rest of your weekend, everybody out there. Thanks so much for being part of the show. Great to see everybody out there. And don't forget, sports fans, at B-Ball Breakdown, we're not a channel. We're a conversation. You in? Are you in, Combo?
Yes, sir. Have a great weekend.